Okay, exciting times. We have a nondescript package from China, and it's that time of year. The upcoming iPhone devices. I really want to check out that new folding form factor, which I think there's going to be a mock-up inside of this package. And these things get sent to me always around this time of year prior to the release of the next generation iPhone. So let's get inside this box, do a little examination. Anytime you see this orange tape, you know you're in for it. Like that orange tape right there. That is right from the factory. I think this is the Ultra variant. Oh, and before I jump inside here, I want to mention potential upcoming devices, like maybe even more refined than this. So make sure to subscribe because there might be one that's even more refined showing up. I'm not sure. We never know what we're gonna get, but I'm fairly certain. Oh yeah, look at this. Here we have our first look, wow, that's crazy, at the upcoming folding iPhone. Whoa, so strange. This form factor, that is strange. It's a little like passport shape to it. That is weird. So, this is the exact comparison that I thought about. Will just brought me one of the Pixel folds because it obviously also had an unusual aspect ratio, but this is crazy stuff. It's a little shorty. I don't know if they're gonna sell a lot of this thing because you gotta open it up because otherwise it's weird. That is a weird, I mean, people will buy it. It's Apple, it's an iPhone, it's a new Apple iPhone, but that is a very strange experience. Now I guess the magic happens, I'm just gonna take this piece off so I can fully open it. That's the magic happening there. I mean, this is nice, watching video, playing games, stuff like that. Now the hinge is gonna be different. It'll be more robust. It'll kind of like lock into place, obviously. There have been folding devices now for a long time from other manufacturers, and it was like, is Apple doing it? They're working on it. When's it gonna be done? This is what we ended up with. How fat is it? Well, I think it's fatter than any of the other iPhones, right? Yeah, like this is a mock-up of 17 Pro Max. I know the 18 Pro Max is gonna get a little thicker itself, but it's fatter, it's stubbier, it's kind of weird. Anyway, volume buttons make their way to the top of the device. Speakers have a kind of strange layout. One speaker up here, and the other over here, where your hand might be kind of covering one versus the other, depending how you're holding it. I guess if you hold it like this, that's not the case. Our port looks to be in this location over here. Then our large power button, yeah, it's pretty much where your thumb lines up. Camera bump is enormous. It's the thickest iPhone in a really long time, that's for sure. To do today, run the laundry, buy groceries, go on a walk. Now, before we get into measuring all the details of the upcoming Apple folding phone, I want to mention today's sponsor, which is WhisperFlow. And regardless of which new iPhone you end up ordering, you're definitely going to want to check out WhisperFlow. And that allows you to basically write faster in every app. I mean, pretty much anybody, most people, I would think, myself definitely, can speak and dictate a lot faster than they can type. And the magic piece is that it just turns your natural language into ready to send text without needing to start some new dictation. I'll show you what I mean. Hey Tim, excited to chat. Are you available next Friday at 3 p.m.? Actually 4 p.m. Thanks, Lewis. It's smart enough in this case to understand that I'm changing from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and I don't want to dictate the 3 p.m. portion. It says to whisper as softly as you can. All right. Run the laundry, buy groceries. That's kind of impressive because I think one of the big barriers with voice dictation is this sort of privacy component and like being considerate to others. You want me to go even softer? Go on a walk. Okay, that's a little crazy. That might be a little extreme, but the fact that it works shows you that the tech is extremely sophisticated. Now, obviously, since this plugs directly into your keyboard, you can then integrate it with whichever apps you want to use. So Slack, Gmail, ChatGPT, Notion, iMessage, and then on your Mac, Windows, iPhone, Android. It's now totally cross-platform, so you can use it on your iOS device, Android device, and it can get even more powerful, in my opinion, when using it on your laptop. All right, now it's your turn to try out WhisperFlow. Head over to the link in this video description, but make sure to use the code UNBOX to get 1 month free of WhisperFlow Pro. Unfolded, it makes a lot of sense. It feels good in the hand here. See, the benefit of being stubbier is that when you're not top heavy, when you're unfolded, very stable up top because the center of gravity is lower or closer to your grip compared to any of the mainstream folding devices that are taller. See, those devices aim to prioritize one-handed functionality in the folded state. The point is that this is a departure. It's unique for Apple going this direction, and I guess with prioritization on the unfolded state. Is it trying to be more like an iPad? Let me just see something real quick. Is it trying to be, it is. It's trying to be more like an iPad aspect ratio. It's a well-known aspect ratio. Does this make it better for developers? iPad apps will be able to map better to this folding profile than they would to something that was taller, which created unique aspect ratios in unfolded situations. This is like a pocketable iPad. Look at the curve here, identical. You know what it's like? It's like the iPad Nano. You know, the iPad mini, this is the iPad Nano right here. Okay, let's pull the calipers. Let's just see how big this thing actually is. And 117 millimeters in terms of height, and width, 84.27 millimeters. What about our depth? Well, first of all, no camera hump, 11, then camera hump. In terms of ratio, that difference between the thickness of the non-camera hump section and the camera hump section is massive. 11 versus 16 and a half. And it obviously means, whoa, ladies and gentlemen, it might be a wobble champion. Look at that ramp creation. Bam! And I suppose the same would be the case in the unfolded form. You're not gonna use it on the tabletop. That is a big camera bump. What does that tell me? It tells me they don't want to downgrade the camera performance, and it kind of makes sense if they're gonna call it Ultra. You can't downgrade the cameras and still call it Ultra. It's got cellular communication, it is a phone, but for me, it really feels like a folding iPad, just based on the way they went with the aspect ratio. This is thin. If we're just talking about this right here, that's thin. 5.2 on the thinnest point. Probably very similar to the Air, let's see. 5.6. I mean, very, very comparable. So if you wanna know how it feels when it's unfolded, it's gonna feel like the Air. Pocket is not a problem because it's shorter. The height of it actually makes it better in the pocket than some of those taller ones. But this is gonna be an unfold device. You're not gonna be using it like that. Other than to just answer a quick call or text, you're gonna be in this situation all the time because this feels like a major downgrade from your existing iPhone experience. You know, the other thing it's reminiscent of is maybe BlackBerry. Remember some of those weird aspect ratios that, they had the product called the Passport. I don't think it was quite this stubby. It lets you get a slightly wider keyboard. And again, I think it's just getting away from any kind of top heaviness. Now, obviously we've seen these devices get thinner and lighter, and that sort of avoids that top heaviness. But with them wanting to put such a serious camera layout, an imbalance in weight towards the top, they shrunk it down and made it shorter to accommodate that. And I think there's also sort of an assumption here that the priority is in the unfolded state. That is the state that you are expected to mostly use this in. I mean, they have enough other products in the lineup if you want just a regular phone. So I don't know. Pricing is gonna play a big role too. They called it Ultra. It's gonna have an Ultra price tag, I'll tell you that. And in this economy, I don't know. That might be a tough sale as well. But either way, there you have it. That's our best look or early handling, hands-on with the upcoming Ultra variant of the iPhone, which is better known obviously as the long rumored and finally happening folding iPhone. Unbelievable. And by the way, like I said, this is not the only next generation iPhone video that we have coming. So make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss potentially an even better look than this one.